Hey guys, what is going on? It is Gear End here, and in today's video we are going to be discussing all of the characters that have been revealed to us so far in the Eden Zero trailer. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. So, let's get right into it. Eden Zero. Of course, if you've not seen my previous video, go check it out. They have released a new trailer for Eden Zero and I gave my reaction on that video. But let's start going over the characters that have been revealed in the trailer, and I'll give my own little overview on what I believe those characters are. So let's get right into it. The main character, Shinki, also known as Shinki Granbell, who of course lived alone on an island with robots, it looks like, and apparently his, of course, grandfather is a demon king, but we'll get into that later. So Shinki Granbell, it looks like, is the main character of the Eden Zero series, and it looks like he's got some interesting magic because he's, of course, the Natsu of Eden Zero, but he's got gravity magic and he's got some mysterious past about him, because why was he alone on an island with robots, and how did he meet his grandfather, who is apparently the Demon King? Well, of course, that was very interesting, and that is, of course, the main character of Eden Zero. So now going into the second character that was revealed, which is Rebecca, also known as Rebecca Bluegarden. So who is Rebecca Bluegarden? Well, she is, of course, the Lucy of the Eden Zero anime, but she is probably a little bit better because she is more, let's just say, more talkative, and let's just say she's got power that she could use, and it's a badass way to use it, and it's not like celestial keys or anything, it's more like two guns. But of course I won't be going too much into that because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But she is the Lucy of the series, so she will be, of course, helping Shinki on his journey, but she, I think, is probably more powerful than Lucy if we're, of course, comparing it to the Fairy Tail Lucy. But of course Rebecca Bluegarden is her own character in the Eden Zero anime, and that was, of course, like the second main character introduced. And now let's get right into the third one, which of course you all know and love. He is the same as the one in Fairy Tail. It is Happy, but is he really the same? Because, of course, okay, a little bit of a spoiler, of Happy in Eden Zero is actually a robot, and sadly, of course, he had a sad backstory, but he is a robot that transforms into guns for Rebecca. Now how awesome does that sound? Guns for Rebecca, and she just shoots the hell out of all the enemies she can find. That, my friends, is sick. And no offense to Happy, but the Happy in Eden Zero is much more now useful than the Happy in Fairy Tail, in my perspective, of course. But let's get right into, of course, the other characters that were revealed. So one of the other characters that were revealed was a person called Wise Steiner, I think that's how you say it. He, of course, is a mechanic, which, of course, he is a thief, but he's got like an interesting backstory, which of course I don't want to go into too much, but he is sort of like the mechanic of the series, and to me he gives us that Alexis Young vibe, if that makes sense. Or, if probably this would be better, remember in Fairy Tail Zero where Mavis had her friends and one of them was Laxus's grandfather, I think? He looks to me like that, and even though we didn't see much of Laxus's grandfather in the series, I think this series, he's not related to the crew whatsoever, but he is sort of like the mechanic and, let's just say, a former thief of course, one of a planet. But I'm not going to get into much into it, of course. Like I said, not more spoilers today because we're just going to be reviewing the characters in the latest Eden Zero trailer. So that is Wise Steiner, and apparently, I'll spoil this part, there's two versions of him. That's it. That's all I'm going to spoil for that. I don't want to go too much into it. I'm going to wait for the episodes to come out. So now let's get into one of a very mysterious character, which of course is none other than Shinki's grandfather, Ziggy, also known as the Demon King, who of course for some reason was marooned on the same planet as Shinki and raised him so that he could use his gravity magic. So of course Ziggy is also a robot, but he's earned the title of Demon King because he is so powerful. So it's so weird, where did he come from? Why was he stranded on the planet with Shinki, and who is Shinki to him? Is he his actual grandson, or is it related to him any way whatsoever, even though technically Ziggy, the Demon King, is a robot? So that is one of course, let's just say those are the main characters shown in the trailers. But now if you take the new trailer into account, there is also a new character revealed, which is called Homura Kogetsu, which is of course like the Windy of the fairy tale, but she's a lot more older and she looks a lot more different to the Wendy that we know in Fairy Tail, because she's not a kid in this Eden Zero anime. She's an adult just like the rest of everybody else there, and she uses her swords, and of course it looks like she's very badass using her sword because she's able to slice and dice a lot of stuff, as we saw in the trailer. I don't know too much about her yet because I'm not, like I said, I've only read like a first couple of chapters of Eden Zero, so don't know too much about that character, but I do know that I am hyped to see it because of what I've seen so far in the trailer, and I want to see more of that. So of course let's get into another character which was revealed only in a quick snippet, which was Elsie Crimson, also known as Fairy Tail Elsa in Eden Zero, but sadly this Elsie Crimson is also a villain, sadly, which of course, like I said, I'm not going to spoil too much, but she is a villain in the Eden Zero anime, as she was just revealed as a small snippet at the end of the actual trailer, which was quite sad, but then again, I wouldn't want to spoil too much about the anime because it is very sick, so I want to, of course, if I was them, of course, this would be probably the right move to do. But Elsie Crimson is of course a very badass pirate, let's say, but of course a villain too. But of course, like I said, I'm not going to be going too much into that because, like I said, no spoilers for this one, we're just discussing the characters. So I believe, of course, Elsie Crimson is the Elsa of Eden Zero, but with the opposite personality. So like how Elsa is noble and of course caring for her friends, Elsie is completely different. That is my opinion on that, and hopefully maybe we'll see more of a personality in the Eden Zero anime. So now finally, let's get into the main man himself, the one everybody loves and one of the best characters I know, Pooh. I'm joking, yeah, it's Pooh. So of course, if you don't know Pooh, he is the white little celestial spirit in Fairy Tail, but also he was also shown at the end of the Eden Zero brand new trailer. Well, of course, wearing a little hat and a suit, which was very cute to see it nonetheless. But he is I forgot actually. Let me know down below, what is he in the anime? Because all fun I know, of course, is he would just wear a suit and a hat. Let me know down below what, of course, Pooh is in the Eden Zero anime, because I do not know, sadly. So you guys let me know down below. But yeah, this is all the characters so far in the Eden Zero trailer that we've seen so far. So both trailers combined. I'm not going into like other side characters as much because I don't know their names, but I do know these guys, so like the main characters of the series. So let me know down below, did you like this video? Did you like it, of course, knowing how much characters were so far revealed in the Eden Zero anime? And of course, make sure to subscribe because we're going to be doing a lot of Eden Zero anime content later on this channel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, not just for me, but for the hype, which is Eden Zero. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care and peace.